Hello all, welcome back to Editorial Analysis and Answer Writing Practice at 9 p.m. Friends, if you are watching this video series for the first time, then please watch my introduction video to this initiative, which is available in our playlist to know how to participate in this answer writing initiative. It is open to all, so everyone can participate. In today's editorial discussion, we are going to discuss about lateral entries into the government. So recently, UPSC came with an advertisement, a recruitment drive for recruiting lateral entries for key positions like secretaries, deputy secretaries, directors, which was followed by a chorus of protests from the opposition, and within 2 days of the notification, government asked the UPSC to cancel the advertisement. So in this context, in this backdrop, there was various editorials which was in newspapers. So we will also discuss, analyze this topic from our UPSC exam point of view. So first we will try to understand what is a lateral entry. It refers to persons who are outside the usual bureaucratic setup, recruited for occupying key positions in the government. We will look into the genesis of this lateral entry. This idea is not new. In 1966, the first Administrative Reforms Commission, headed by the former Prime Minister Morarji Desai, in their report also there was suggestions for lateral entries into the government. Then in 2002, when Vajpayee was the Prime Minister, during that time a Constitutional Review Commission was set up. Even that commission was suggesting lateral entries into the government services. Then in 2005, in the second ARC, second Administrative Reforms Commission, headed by the former Karnataka Chief Minister Veerappa Moily, in that report also there were suggestions regarding lateral entries. See, this is not again a new idea. We had lateral entries in the past also. For example, M.S. Swaminathan was Secretary to Government of India, who was a lateral entry. Our former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, who was heading the Department of Finance Secretary. Right, so lateral entries is not new to India, but however, in 2018, the government came with a very big recruitment drive. So more than 60 plus lateral entries recruitment drive was announced in 2018. So that was the first time when such a huge number of lateral entries were invited. And recently, as I said, there was another advertisement which was eventually cancelled. So now we will try to understand the importance, the merits of having lateral entries into our governance system. See, the first important point with respect to lateral entry is the field experts will be available to head the key positions. Field experts. See, today technology is changing. Disruptive technologies are emerging. Right? Today we need more specialists. UPSC, through civil services exams, it recruits generalists. But today, we need more specialists. So specialists are available in the private sector with more specific field experience, technological experience. So when we recruit lateral entries to head important key positions in the government, then that will help in finding out new solutions for existing problems. That will help us to imbibe new governance models. Industry best practices can be used, can be applied in the government governance system also. Right? So when we have technical experts, then we can have more efficiency, effectiveness in decision making. Right? See, there is a skill gap today. Let's say someone is recruiting at the age, someone becomes an IAS at the age of 21, maybe at the age of 50, after 30 years, will become Secretary to the Government of India. In the 30 years, that person might be away from the changing technological environment. That person might be an engineer, that IAS. Let's say I am that IAS officer who got recruited at the age of 21. I am from an IIT. I have some technical background, but still in the 30 years of administrative process, I might have come away from that technical advantage. So there will be some skill gap. To fill that skill gap, we can bring expert professionals. See, today there are many professionals outside the usual bureaucratic setup. There are many researchers, many scientists, right? Many management experts, many financial experts who are outside the bureaucratic setup, right? So we want fresh ideas. We need that fresh outcomes. best practices, because the world is becoming more specialized. So we need more specialists. Right, and also this recruitment is based on meritocracy. That means here it is not like one common exam to recruit all different type of services. Today IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS, right, or railway services, or defense services, defense audit and court service, defense estate service, whatever, all different services are recruited through one common exam. Many specialists would have failed to clear this, but they are specialists. After 20, 30 years of experience in their field, now they have a huge tons of knowledge. Now through this lateral entry procedure, why don't we make use of their advantage as well? Right? So new ideas, new solutions, new governance, effectiveness, efficiency. Right? And also the recruitment is going to be based on meritocracy. So all these are the main reasons supporting arguments for the lateral entries. So what are the issues with respect to the lateral entries? See, number one, they do not have the field experience. The lateral entries, maybe at the age of 40, at the age of 50, they will be coming and joining key positions like joint secretary or deputy secretary or director or sometimes secretary also. They are going to take key decisions that is going to affect the entire country, but they do not have that field level experience. An IAS officer is recruited, will be initially posted at village level, slowly divisional level, district level. So after a huge experience of understanding the entire Indian society, the bureaucrat would have attained the top level position. Now keeping all sections of the society in mind, a decision will be taken. We cannot expect a lateral entry to decide on such manner. These lateral entries are recruited on contract basis. So they will have field expertise. They will be, I'm not saying they're narrow-minded, but their thoughts might be very narrow. It will be pertaining to only with their field experience. So they will be coming up with a decision which can have an impact on a particular section of society. It might not be so inclusive. But India is not about one particular section or few particular sections, it's about everyone. Right? So lateral entries cannot replace the experience earned by the bureaucrats. The lateral entries, they might lack a long-term vision because they are hired for a contractual basis. The lateral entries, they will not have an idea about the ground reality. Governance is not just about decision making, it's also about implementation. So they will take decisions, but during implementation process, when they do not have a first-hand experience on the government machinery, how their decisions can be practically implemented. Right? And also, this lateral entry, currently there is no proper institutionalized framework for this recruitment process. There should be an institutionalized framework. See, the recent advertisement, the recruitment was for 45 key positions. What about the reservation policies? It is not clear. 45 key positions, when they are recruited, their recruitment should ensure that recruitment has proper representation from all the sections of society. What is society? We make the society. We should have, every section of society should have due share in the decision making process. So in the current situation, there is no proper institutionalized framework. This lateral entry can also lead to spoil system. So what is spoil system? When a political party comes to power, what immediately they do is, they will fire the political enemies and they will hire the political friends in the existing bureaucratic setup. Right. So this lateral entry can even lead to spoiled system. See, outside the bureaucracy, when the ruling party, a political party, when they become a ruling party, so they can hire their favorites. They can hire their favorites. Right. This can even lead to spoiled system. They can make their own small cabinet in decision making. It might go against the basic tenets of democracy only. So all these are problems with respect to lateral entries. See, lateral entries, definitely they cannot replace the existing bureaucrats, the experience which the bureaucrat has, the understanding they have about the Indian society, that cannot be replaced by lateral entries. Lateral entries cannot be a replacement for Indian bureaucrats. At the same time, the bureaucrats, they lack certain expertise. They lack certain skills. There is a skill gap. The world is changing fast. We are seeing emergence of disruptive technologies. The change in technologies has an impact on the economy. The change in technology and economy has an impact on the lives of the people. So there's a skill gap that we have to agree. Right? To fill that skill gap, yes, we need the support of these lateral entries, but lateral entries cannot replace the bureaucracy. So what we need right now is an institutional framework where the lateral entry, the potentials of the lateral entry and the bureaucracy's experience, they go hand in hand, they work together. So for which we need a balanced approach. We need a proper institutional framework. See, if you take countries like USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Belgium, in all these countries, there is a proper institutional framework for lateral entries. So, we are not denying the fact that lateral entries are having good potential. At the same time, we should not deny the fact that just potential alone is not sufficient. We should know how to make use of this potential to benefit the wide sections of society. That can be done only by the bureaucracy. That is the Indian bureaucrats. Right? So the need of the hour is a proper institutionalized framework where social justice is also ensured, representation from various sections of society is also ensured, equity is ensured, a balance is ensured, and definitely we should make use of the field experts outside the usual bureaucratic setup. So let's come up with a national level policy first. We'll have a framework first, and then we can go for such lateral recruitment drive. So I hope the discussion gave you more clarity on this topic. So based on our discussion, let me give you a question. Lateral entry into the Indian bureaucracy has been a subject of much debate recently. Analyze the effectiveness of this approach in the context of the Indian civil services. This will be a 10-marker question. So you are expected to write only 150 words. So you plan your answer accordingly. So I hope this initiative is adding value to your UPSC preparation, particularly your answer writing mains preparation. So I would love to hear your feedback. So give your feedback in the comment section. I will see you tomorrow with another interesting editorial discussion. Till then, bye. Take care.